Spoke to the West Midlands Best Wedding Planner. Well, we're going to continue the awards theme of the show now by meeting a lady who's a finalist in the St John's Ambulance Everyday Hero Award. Let's meet Ann Delany. She's been nominated for promoting first aid and educating others on the subject, and also her fundraising efforts for the local community as well. Welcome, Ann.
Hello, thank you.
And congratulations on the nomination.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I'm really, really proud to be associated with the St John Ambulance Award, because they seek to reward the efforts of ordinary people in the community, particularly in terms of making the community a safer place to be. And I'm particularly proud to be representing my own community, because this has been a massive community effort. It really has.
What's the next step? When will you know if you are the winner, Ann?
I've been invited to an award ceremony in London on the 26th of March. I've been shortlisted with 2 other people in that category. So yes, it'll all be revealed on the night.
Oh, how nerve-wracking. Are you going to be sat on a round table?
Yes, I know. And, if I do get up there, I'll have to stand next to Tess Daly as well.
Oh, so, exciting.
I'm really looking forward to that.
How exciting. Well, look, tell me a little bit about your history and your passion for first aid. And, well, firstly, where is your community? Where are you based?
In Ulster, in Warwickshire.
Right. And how did all this come about? What's your history as far as first aid goes, Ann?
Well, I mean, as with lots of these things, this arose out of a personal experience of mine. Back some years ago, my brother suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. It was subsequently discovered that was caused by an undiagnosed heart rhythm disorder that he had, and that caused the sudden cardiac arrest and left him with some fairly significant impairments. Obviously, as a result of that, I started to look into that a bit, and I was shocked to discover that actually 100,000 people a year die of sudden cardiac arrest. And of those, between 12 and 16 young people die every week, young adults. Those statistics kind of shocked me, really, but what shocked me even more was the fact that 80% of those deaths could have been prevented if there had been swift access to what we call an automated external defibrillator. Because that can restore the heart's normal rhythm and prevent brain damage, or in the worst scenario, it can prevent death. And as I say, I was just really shocked to find that 80% of those deaths were unnecessary, and I wanted to do something to try and prevent that and to try and save some of those people.
Going back a step from the defibrillator, I mean, that's a staggering statistic, 100,000. Is diagnosis simple of this condition?
It can be, but the problem is that, as with my brother, it's often you're unaware of this until something tragic happens. But I think there is quite a huge movement towards getting screening, particularly young people now, and trying to identify these things before a tragedy strikes. So screening really, particularly if a family has suffered a sudden unexplained death or an incident similar to my brother's, then really they ought to be pressing their doctors to get the family screened to identify whether there is something like an undiagnosed heart rhythm disorder.
How is your brother now?
Well, he's fine. He's happy and well, but he clearly doesn't function in the same level that he did previously. He's well cared for and lives a happy life. But it's not the life that we had hoped for him, and he was in the prime of his life when this happened. And I'd hate for that to happen to anyone else, or worse still, for people to lose people in these circumstances.
Tell me more about the actual defibrillator. I mean, are these costly items of equipment to have?
They are expensive, but in terms of the benefits that you get from them, it's insignificant, really. I think the basic device is around about £700 to £800. The price increases if you need to provide what you call a public access one, which we have done in Ulster, which means that it's available to the public 24 hours a day. But I've had help from the local charity, the Arrhythmia Alliance, who I contacted in the early stages of this and asked for their advice on what we needed to do and how we could go about it. And they've helped me to source that and given me ideas on fundraising. And they've been supportive in every way from the start of the project, really.
How much can one of these cost, do you know?
About £800 for each individual device.
And I went to school at Ulster Grammar, and while I was there, a lad dropped down I don't know if he dropped down dead or whether he died in hospital playing football, and that was heart-related.
Yes, it was. And in fact, Ulster Grammar School were the first school in Ulster to get their own device. And it was seeing that kind of inspired me to start with trying to get one placed in my daughter's school, which is St Benedict's. And from there, it really sort of caught the mood of the town, and everybody in the town has been involved to some degree in either raising funds, or we've had electricians that have installed the equipment for us, we've had people donate funds, we've had people, the local architect, doing planning drawings when we've needed planning permission to put the devices up. So everybody has played a part in our community. It really has caught the mood of the town, and I'm just so proud of the town and, you know, everybody in it for achieving such an amazing thing, because everybody within our town now is within safe distance of one of these devices.
So do you now have the label, thanks to you, Anne, of the UK's first heart-safe community?
I believe we do. We certainly are heart-safe. We certainly are a town that, as I say, has everybody within the town is within safe distance, because the time between sudden cardiac arrest and being able to do something is about 7 minutes. And I think we can safely say that everybody within our town is within 7 minutes. All of the 5 schools now have their own device. The rugby club and the football club have their own device. And there's also one in the middle of our high street, which is clearly accessible to everybody.
And you know, and I'm thinking back, speaking to you, of when Chris died at school at Ulster Grammar School, and just the community, Ulster, Stratford, Studley, everybody knew everybody. The shock that radiated around all the local villages was just, I can feel it now. I have goosebumps just talking about it now, losing such a young life to a heart problem.
And what I would hope that what Ulster has done, I would hope this would kind of motivate other towns to do this before a tragedy happens. Have the equipment, get the equipment, install it in all your public places, and make sure it's there. Let's hope it's never used. Let's hope it's the most expensive piece of equipment you buy and never use. But if it's there, it can prevent tragedies like the one you're talking about, and that's exactly the kind of thing that we've set out to protect people from.
Well, £800 is not out of reach, is it, for a community if they're doing their fundraising?
No, that's right. I mean, as I say, people have been so generous, and there's been so many community events that we've had. We've had cake sales and non-uniform days. We've had one chap who asked for donations for his 50th birthday party. Instead of presents, he had the money donated to provide a device. People have been so imaginative, and it's really, as I say, caught the mood of the town. And as I say, it's so important. This equipment, it should be a requirement in every public building, the same as a fire extinguisher is.
So, Anne, you're nominated for this award. You'll find out. Did you say it was March? How can people vote for you, having listened to you now on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire? If they want to put a vote in your camp, what do they have to do?
It's an online vote now. It goes to the public vote. I think the website address is www.sja.org.uk /everydayheroes.
Well, best of luck. Can we speak to you when you've come back from that award ceremony?
Of course you can.
With the award?
Indeed you can, yeah. And if anybody would like to find out more about fundraising and how they go about it, then feel free, they can certainly contact us or contact me, and I'll do anything I help to help other communities. But if this does motivate other communities, then we'll have achieved a great deal more than we already have.
You're a wonderful woman, Anne.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
I will. Thank you very much.
What a lady, Ann Delany there, joining us on the afternoon show, nominated for promoting first aid and educating others on the subject, and as she was explaining all of her fundraising efforts as well for the local community in Ulster.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire Travel.